Yo, what up? I'm gonna let a few people come in the room. Y'all know what it is. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Hump day. You heard? And y'all know how we do it. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I need all y'all to tell y'all friends that the boys club is on. We getting ready to go live. It's about to get spicy. You know what I'm saying? So everybody tell your friends that we here. We ready to turn up for the next couple hours. It's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna get my man Sean Prez in here so we can get started. So yo, Tiffy, what up? So everybody go tell a friend to tell a friend. The boys club is on 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's the boys club. You know how we do. Chapin, I need to come see you, bro. See you, bro. Where's Prez at? There you go. There you go.
Rich, what up, son?
What up, man?
How you, kid?
Oh, man, no complaints. I'm here.
Okay, get
I'm here.
yourself straight, get your light and right. Let's do this right.
Another Wednesday evening, Wednesday evening with my guy Presidential. You know what I mean?
I got good vibes tonight, Rich. I got good vibes. It's gonna be a good show. Welcome back, and welcome to anybody. If it's your first time catching us, Rich Dollar, Sean Prez, we are the Boys Club. What up, y'all? Real in depth. Y'all know how we do it. If you are, especially a female, trying to understand men from a male's point of view, this is the show you need to be watching. So please, if this is not your first time and you know anybody who loves or can benefit from the show, please take the next few seconds and tag 10 of your friends before we jump into it.
Shout out Ty Boogie. Tyrone, what's up, Tyrone?
Yeah, shout out my boy, I am Joe Paul. Joe Paul, what up? Nikki Perrin, what up? Antoinette, what up?
Antoinette in here already? Antoinette,
I don't know.
Antoinette be mad when we late. I be getting mean DMs like, yo, it was 7:02. We're 7:32. Where were you?
Nah, shout to the homie. Shout to my girl, Antoinette. Okay, we give it about another 10 seconds before we jump into it. Is that cool?
Yep, let's do it.
Please tell your friends to tell your friends. We on, y'all. It's going to be a good show tonight. I got good vibes. If y'all feeling the boys club, please hit them throw the hundreds up. Throw the hearts up. Let us know you enjoying what we doing. Shout to SB. Okay, I'm going to take my eyes. It's SB's birthday?
Yes.
No, it's not. SB trying to get some cheap love on the SB. This is not your birthday. Stop fronting. She trying to get some love on the boys club. SB, you know you my girl, and you know you Rich's girl. We gonna give you love anyway. You ain't gotta put. It's my birthday. Oh my goodness. All right, Rich. Yo, you know I was gonna start this show off in a whole different direction, but do you watch Tamron Hall, by any chance?
I don't, but I did this week.
Okay.
I
promise you, it's certain things I don't even want to talk about no more, but it just be a layup. We got to talk about it.
Bro,
so,
we're ahead of our time, bro.
We're
ahead of our time.
Get into it. Your girl, Larsa Pippen. Everybody know Larsa Pippen, Real Housewives of Miami. Ex-wife of Scottie Pippen, hence the last name Pippen, if you're not familiar. She is dating Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan. So she goes on to Tamron Hall. Not sure if you saw the segment. But yo, Rich, I go here, because I'm so sick of all of this and her. But Tamron pushed her into a corner and said, yo, did you meet the parents? She didn't say, did you meet MJ? She said, did you meet the parents? Did you meet the GOAT? And did you meet Juanita? And she said, yes. And they're good with it. What is your thoughts on that and just this whole situation overall as it unfolds?
Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying this. Larsa Pippen married Scottie Pippen when she was 21. I didn't know that until yesterday, until watching the show, that Tamron Hall show. And she said that she was with him for 20-something years. So now she's getting back out into the world, and she's feeling her royal oats. And
she's been doing that. I hate to cut in, but she's been doing that. But go ahead.
Oh, since she's been divorced, since she's gotten herself, so
been getting it in. Let's not act like she ain't been getting it in.
Been getting it in. And we've talked about her before. We know about Malik Beasley and the whole shit. With that being said, she's been doing her thing. She's been enjoying her life. I don't have a problem with that as a woman, as for a woman to do that. I don't have a problem with that. My problem lies with proximity. My problem lies with this man grew up with you and your children. This man grew up going to the courts, watching Pippen play basketball with his dad. Fuck what Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen's relationship is today. Who cares? Doesn't even matter. Because there's certain things that you don't do just by virtue of proximity. You're too close to those people, right? So now you're just out here, you looking crazy, and you looking like you just like you're being. It looks like you're being vindictive, and you don't. And what it really looks like is that you don't care about your children. It looks like you don't care about your children. So I know people might have a problem with that, but I'm gonna take it a step further for the Malik Beasley thing. And we cracked jokes months ago. We talked about this and we laughed and was like, oh, he in the league. He in the league. And that was bad enough for your son to be an aspiring basketball player trying to get to the NBA and to have your mother have slept with somebody who was damn near your age. Malik Beasley ain't but like 24, 25. So your mom's just sleeping with somebody who's on your age, in your age demo. The key word for tonight is proximity. Now the niggas on the same team. Pippen done got promoted from the G League. Malik Beasley gets traded from Minnesota. They on the same team. Like, you don't put your children in, like people always say, you sacrifice some happiness for your children. You sacrifice some things that you want to do for your children. You don't put your children in that position. You don't put your son in that position. Like, yo, not for nothing, this shit's gonna be funny as hell to think about. But these two niggas scrimmage. Malik Beasley's a starter. Scottie Pippen Jr. is not a starter. He's on the bench. He's like probably the 13th, 14th man on that Laker roster. How about you playing ball and you go to the free throw line and you get ready to do something, nigga walk up to him and be like, yo, your mom's head is so crazy, nigga. Like, how do you even, come on, man. And then you dating Mike Jordan's son? Like, then you date him and you talking like it's a serious relationship. And when she was on Tamron Hall, she wasn't apologetic in the least. She made it seem like, yo, this is what I'm doing. I don't like, she as much as said, I don't care about what my kids think. She as much as said that. She as much as said, yo, I don't talk to my kids about my relationship. I'm a grown woman. I'm doing me. Like, I'm doing me. Like, come on, yo, you got it. Like, no, ain't nobody gonna claim to be the best parent in the world. We all make mistakes. But when it's this type of mistake, and she's a beautiful woman, and all that fucking work she done got done, and I heard Tamron Hall said she put $120 million in the bank off that Pippen divorce. She's cashed out. She don't need, like, bro, she don't need to do this. She don't need to do this. And it just looks crazy on her part. It looks crazy on her part, bro.
Okay, that's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about this before, and I was going to let it go. I promise you, Rich. I was going to let it go. But how could you not? Because now she came out, and like you said, she's claiming the relationship. It's out there. It's official. you know, I listened to her, and I was angered, for lack of a better way to put it. Nigga, you can't help who you fall in love with. Let's start there. You can't help who you fall in love with. She said she met this man 4 years ago. Like, you starting the interview off with a lie. Like I almost had to tune out from the gate. You met Marcus Jordan. For like I don't know if the housewives or the wives, she was married to Scotty a long time ago when he was in that mix. I would venture to say Jordan and his wife was still around that time because the son is 32 years old, Marcus.
Right.
So you're telling me you're gonna sit here on national TV and say the first time you ever met this man? I don't know if it's a sorority of wives that hang out, call each other this, that, and the third, but you can't tell me as wives y'all were never in the same room with your children. It's impossible. You didn't have to be cool with Juanita Jordan. You did not even so much as have to have girl night out and all of that stuff. But you're telling me you never met her children? And her husband is the GOAT, and your husband is his right hand, as they got 6 titles together. It's impossible. So when I listened to her, I was pissed from the gate, Rich. So let's just go there. You called her a beautiful woman. Beauty's in her eye to behold. Those collagen-injected lips sitting at the other end.
That funny. That did look funny. That looked funny.
Yo,
right here.
I'm like, yo, and again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so I won't say nothing. He loved it. Marcus clearly loves her. But you know what I walked away saying? Everybody is on her back, and she's carrying the weight of that relationship, and she's being asked the tough questions. But this nigga Marcus Jordan is just as wrong as 2 left shoes. He's just as wrong as that woman. And I walked out of there, I left that interview saying like, yo, this nigga is a sucker because there's a guy code. It is. It ain't nowhere in the world. Me and Rich Dollars. You've been knowing my son since he was little Sean. And I've been knowing your kids since they was this high. I'm not dating Ashley. I'm not. There's no way that I'm dating Rich Dollar's daughter. I am not. It's some lines you don't cross. It's some things you don't do. And I started off by saying you can't help who you fall in love with, but you can damn sure make a decision. I can't do nothing with this. This is a line I cannot cross. I might feel a certain way about you that I never ever expected to feel, but I will not cross this line. And to me, that boy Marcus is just as much of a sucker, and he's just as much in the wrong as she is. And it's unfortunate she carrying the brunt of this because she's on the Housewives, because she's 16 years older than him, because she's in the public eye and he's not. But truth of the matter is, if I'm Scotty, I don't have a beef. I got a beef with her, but you my ex for a reason. I almost expect you to be here's the deal. You was with me, and this is showing in his ego. Nigga, everything moving forward is a step down. Go do what you want. But there's a certain level of respect that I would expect from that boy. You're going to now sleep with your auntie. You're going to sleep with my ex. And I just think, seriously, I just think Marcus needs to be held to the fire the same way that Lawson's being held to the fire. And as much as she was on there answering them hard questions, that nigga sitting home somewhere with a brand new pair of Jordans on his feet, chilling, not feeling none of that fire. And I think that, to me, I'm like, yo, that to me, that nigga, and this is, I'm talking, maybe this is the man side of me coming out, right? It's just certain things real niggas don't do. I'm not doing that. I'm not. Under no circumstances. I'm not doing it just as a real one. But that's my thoughts on it. You can chime in or we can switch topics.
Nah. I was gonna disagree with you, but you're absolutely right. I can't disagree with you. I can't. I would look nuts sitting here trying to disagree because you're absolutely right. The way you articulated it made me feel as though Marcus Jordan's a piece of shit too. You're right. Now,
what part was you gonna? I'm just curious. What part were you gonna disagree?
Him and Mike. See, this is the thing about the basketball thing. Scotty all mad because of the Scotty mad because of the documentary, The Last Dance documentary, and how he was portrayed in that documentary. If Mike has always thought of him like the way he was portrayed in that documentary, then it were never as close as everyone thought they were. So we're assuming because Mike has got the cigar and he's hugging Pippen with the trophy and it's the championship and his double three-peats and all of that, that these niggas was really, really cool. For Lars Pippen to be in proximity to that little boy growing up, that's what they would call grooming, right? That's if a man did that to a woman, that would be called grooming. So there's no defense for her. For Marcus Jordan, if his pops was never really fucking with Pippen like that, and he kind of grew up, and they grew up, and he grew up watching, and he knew little Scotty and all of that, and they kind of grew up together just because they all played on the same team and all of that, then I was gonna give him a pass. But you're right, I can't give him a pass. I can't give him a pass because the nigga's dead wrong. This is the woman who, you know, her kids. This is your man. This is like y'all was there, like, and she acting like she met this nigga 4 years ago. I'm trying in my head to do the math. She 48 or 49 or something like that, right? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, in 48, 49.
These three-peats happened in the 90s. And she was around for when Scotty won them fucking three-peats. So don't tell me you wasn't around for Marcus Jordan when you was around for the fucking three-peats, you meatball bitch. Like, come on. Like, who you kidding? Like, I met him 4 years ago at a party through some mutual friends. So really. But in long story, like, you're right. Marcus Jordan, he a weirdo too, man. He a weirdo. Like, you're right. And that is a guy code, and you don't grow up, and that's Pip, and that's his wife, that's his ex-wife. You know his kids. You grew up with his kids. Like, come on, man. Y'all did games together. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's too close proximity. And all you niggas is too rich to be playing in the same sandbox and doing this borderline.
Yo, but here's the deal. Here's the deal, Rich. You talking about y'all too rich to be playing in the same sandbox. It ain't even like homegirl is like I'm not gonna take nothing away from her because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But nigga, like you still Marcus Jordan. You telling me you can't find like you telling me that all of these bad chicks who would love to date a nigga who got money, a nigga who's a quote unquote high value man, and looked apart. You couldn't find a better one than that.
I would venture to say, let's be very careful about acting like Marcus Jordan ain't still out here doing his thing. Let's be very careful because we could turn on the blogs tomorrow. Some pretty little girl from Chicago might pop up and be like, I've been dating this nigga for 5 years. But we got to give Lawrence Pippen, like, we see, Sean, we in a different generation. We different. She don't bang Future. She don't mess with Malik Beasley.
I forgot all about Future.
She on Housewives. She, like, for Marcus Pippen, he might look at her like she more relevant than Scotty. Like, he might look at her right now like, shit, she the one on TV. Scotty's still popping in the basketball.
But I'm sure that's the way he's looking at her. But my girl always tell me a man is only as faithful as his options. She always hit me with that, right? Here's the deal. Marcus got options. I don't care how popping this chick is. It's a bunch of chicks who's popping. It's a bunch of chicks who's out here who's relevant. A bunch of chicks who is in the spotlight and their time is right now that would be more than happy than be talking about, yo, I'm dating the GOAT's son. Like, how he winded up with that one, bro, and the lines he was willing to cross to be with that one is beyond me. And just as a man, I can't co-sign that. I can't.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I ain't even going. I'm not even going to try. You're right.
Okay. I want to switch topics for a second. Your man Lewis, his is the handle the men love and right? Okay. Shout to Lewis. Is he in here tonight? Because he's always in.
Lewis usually here. I ain't seeing him in here tonight though.
Okay. Shout to Lou, wherever you at. He posted something the other day that we got to talk about. I wish he was in here too. But it's a real thing, man. And I need to get your thoughts on this. Passport brides. All of these dudes are going overseas and they're getting these wives and they're bringing them back. And the segment of the population that is growing by leaps and bounds doing this are black men. Are black men. They're saying, I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for a wife. And America's women, especially women of color, what you guys feel is a wife is far different from what we want as a wife. So they're going overseas to the Philippines, they're going overseas to South America, and they are literally bringing these women back, wiping them up, and now a lot of women are speaking out. And they are accusing these women of being uneducated, accusing these women of being subservient, accusing men of wanting a slave and not a wife, wanting a doormat instead of somebody who is willing to be your equal. But the truth of the matter is, dudes is like, I don't care. If I have to go to the motherland to get the apple straight from the tree, I would rather do that than to get what's here in the store. So I wanted to have this conversation with you because this is now, it's become a real thing, especially within the communities of color.
Okay. So it's funny that we brought this topic up tonight because I was talking to somebody else about it recently. Okay. America's a tough place to date right now. It's tough by all the things that we know. These men aren't going to Italy to find women. They aren't going to the UK to find women. They aren't going to France to find women. They aren't even going to Germany to find women. They're going to these third world countries where they can go over there and women are subservient because they are appreciative, quote unquote, or show appreciation for these men. And they cater to these men. because these men are going over there and providing something that the men in that country can't provide. They're going over there with American dollars. They're going over there with the option to come back to the United States. They're coming back with the option to be brought from that third world country to a full-fledged first world country over here with marriage and all those things on the horizon. So you're looking at you're bettering your life. So I don't even know that those women are going to be long-term answers for these guys either. Because even though we crack jokes about passport bros, now Eddie Murphy made this joke years ago, the Umfufu joke years ago. You go over there, you find shorty, she got the earring in her nose, she don't know nothing. She come over here, she go to the grocery store, she meet a couple of women in America, and all of a sudden, half. She learns quick. So I don't know that them dudes is going over there. I think that for me, passport pros, they're weak.
Woo! Hold up, Rich. You about to start a fire up in here. Let me get comfortable. I didn't expect this. I hope somebody's taking this part.
Sean, my ego would not allow me. This is like you just said it was a Sean Perez ego. This is the Richie D ego. My ego ain't allowing me to travel across the fucking continent to find a woman that likes me, bro. Like what does that say about me? What does that say about me as a man? That one or two things. I don't have the perseverance and I don't have the fortitude to find what I'm. There's good women right here. Like I get it. And women, it's getting more difficult. It's getting more difficult by the day. But there's good women right here, bro. And for you to go across the seas, it's almost like you over here dangling passport. Them women appear to like you. They appear because what you represent. But here in this country, that shit is weak. That shit is weak. There's women right here, man. There's women. Hold
on. Yo, Rich. What is Lou's handle?
Men loving right.
Yo, can somebody tag Men Loving Right and tell him to get in on this conversation? I need to hear his thoughts. But go ahead, Rich.
But I mean, and Lou, you know what? I think Lou might actually be for the passport bros. I think Lou, as a man, bro, my ego's not gonna allow me to leave my humble abode, to leave my country, my terrain, where I'm from, to go across somewhere to meet a woman, to import her back here because I had such bad luck here. That says as much about me being whack as it does say about the choices that I make being whack. And I'm not here to say that the women in this country are easy. I'm not here to say that if you're a lazy fuck who got a few bucks and want to go find somebody to impress that you shouldn't go across. Well, man, do what makes you happy. I'm cool with it. Do what makes you happy. But to me, to go across the country or go across the world and find you a nice, good 22-year-old who lives in a fucking hut that you want to bring back to the States because it appears to them that you are moving and shaking, they're going to get here and realize you're whack too, nigga. And all that subservient shit, all that they know how to treat a man, all that they don't need bags and coats and trips and all the things that got these dudes where if you listen to them in a conversation, if you listen to them, you would be like, well, I get it. But at the end of the day, if you really apply it and think about it, you'd be like, yo, nigga, you corny. Like, that's corny. Like, come on. If you listen to them and they be like, yo, women are this and women are that. And that's the problem with this relationship shows now. See, Sean, me and you we don't ever pretend to be like the end all be all. We give you our opinions on things and then you can move forward based on our opinions. If it swayed you, if it was enlightening to you, if it was a different perspective than yours, then so be it. But we're never gonna sit here and pretend like our thing is the real thing. When these dudes are sitting here, they're really acting like
passport bros is a real thing. Like they're really like, there's a real reason why they would want to go over there and do the things that they do. And they're validated in doing that. I'm not here to argue your validation because all women over here, non-subservient, yeah. Do they lack? Do they not want their men to be masculine anymore? Yeah. Do they want bags and transactional relationships? Yeah. Are they disrespectful? Yeah. Do they do all the things that these dudes are saying that they do? These dudes ain't lying. They not lying. But I'm still not going to the Philippines to find my wife, bro. I still have enough fortitude and enough wherewithal and enough ego and enough pride that I'm not going to get on an airplane and go over and dangle passports and keys to American houses and $500, which to them is $60,000, $100 million, because they live in some shit where them niggas can't afford. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's corny. That's corny. That's corny. But go ahead. You seem like you might have a different opinion.
This somebody might take this part and go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm hitting loop.
Okay. Somebody might take this part and they gonna do their own commentary to everything you just said, and you're gonna see yourself online on about 50 different people's feeds. But here's Sean Prez's thought. Wow. I am, as you know, Rich. I'm a promotion and I'm a marketing man through and through, right? It's what I do. In business, and for all of y'all who is hooping and hollering and clapping Rich up and throwing up the hundreds and got your little heart symbols and saying, we love you, Rich, this, that, the third, just listen. Here's what I will say. Because it ain't like, for me, it's not, I don't support it or unsupport it. I'll start there. But I do have thoughts on it. As a businessman, as somebody who has been in business for the better part of 20 plus years, you know what the one thing that has rung true in all of my years in business and just business in general? The customer is always right. Listen to the customer. Listen, like you can feel however you want about your fried chicken, your fried fish. You can feel however, I got the greatest idea for this and I got the greatest idea for that. But the customer, through his buying power, through her buying power, are going to show you if what you got is really worth me spending my money on. So let's start there. So if men are the customer and men are screaming and have been screaming to the top of their lungs that I am fed up with chicks who don't value me, you are just as much a man as I am, you're always beefing. If the customer is telling you this, and now the customer is saying, I'm taking my money elsewhere, I'm going over there, at some point you have to stop making excuses for why your product isn't selling. It's just that simple. I don't care if You think you have the greatest designs on planet Earth. If a nigga ain't buying it, you out of business. So when I hear women calling these men weak, when I hear women saying you want a slave and you don't want a wife, when I hear women saying all the things that they're saying, what I'm saying is get out of your own head and sit down and have an adult conversation with these men who are no longer willing to invest in you. It is as simple as that. That's business, and that's common sense. And we can look at this however we want to look at it. These passport bros, passport wives, call them what they want, but dudes are leaving and they're going to get what they want. And I want to correct you on something, because you said dangling this and dangling that. The men who are going over there ain't ballers. They're average Joe working dudes who I want love. I want a wife. And what I'm getting here, let me finish my thought. What I'm getting here, it ain't a wife. I don't want it no more. And here's the deal. I got a great friend right now, to this day, this second. He did it. He did it. Went over there and he snatched him up one, and they're doing fine. And I never forget when he did it. And this is 10, 12 years ago now. And this wasn't, and he wasn't no cornball dude. He was a dude who got women. He was a dude who was out there. But when he wanted to fall in love and find his wife, he couldn't. He was like, Sean, I can't. And the nigga went to the Dominican Republic and got the apple straight from the tree. Okay. He said, I cannot find what I'm looking for here. And he was far from a cornball. This was a dude who was knocking him down. I can attest to that. But here's my last point. And you know, I'm sure what I'm saying is unpopular. But truth is truth, man. The proof is always in the pudding. It is. People can say what they want. They can hate me. They can hate my words. They can hate my point of view. I'm just stating the obvious. And I remember when I was young, I'm a bit older than you, but I remember when I was young, American cars were all the rave. They were in. And I remember when I was old enough to start buying cars and stuff like that. Now our generation was looking at them square body cars, the Cadillacs and the Oldsmobiles and the Lincolns and all of that. These old school looking cars that our parents and grandparents loved. And American manufacturers, car manufacturers, was like, no, we know what y'all want. And we was like, no, you're not listening to us. And that's when foreigns started to become all the rage, because they were round and they were smaller bodies. They weren't those long freaking old school Lincoln Continental joints that Huggy Bear was driving. It was like, yo, we're telling you what we want, and you're gonna give us what you want us to have. Listen to the consumer. That's the only thing I'm saying. Mercedes wasn't Mercedes back in the 80s. Wasn't. Freaking all these BMWs, all of this came up with Generation X. I'm not saying we was the first to buy them, but we put them joints on the map.
Yes.
That is a fact. It is factual. And it's because the foreign companies gave us what we asked for. So I'll leave it there. People can take it however they want to. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm happy at home. Okay?
I'm going to say two things. When I was mentioning dangling things, I was saying dangling U.S. citizenship. I was saying dangling the opportunity to come from where you're from, to be rescued from your place. And I'm glad you said Dominican Republic. Let me tell you a fast story. Had a friend of mine named John Bruhan. Bruhan was my boy. Grew up together. one of my best friends in high school. So Bruhan's a Dominican kid. Went back and forth to the Dominican Republic every summer to visit his family over there. There's many Dominicans from New York too. So he would go over there. He met a girl. Went back and forth. Started sending her clothes from America, doing all this shit. Long story long, John Bruhan brings this girl back to America. Marries her. Citizenship, the whole shebang. Soon as that green card came about, she skated. My man was so depressed and so sad, he drunk himself to death. Death by liver cirrhosis. Sat in the house, couldn't believe that this girl who he courted that showed so much love to him, showed so much everything to him while he was going to the Dominican Republic. He was everything that she ever wanted when he was in the Dominican Republic. As soon as she got here and she was fully aware of what she was doing, because you can't tell me she wasn't, but she came over here and she got her green card, got her citizenship, and she left. And my man, John Bruhan, and I swear to God on Taylor that this is a true story. If my boy Jose or Omar, anybody's in the room, throw a heart up, nigga, because you know I'm telling the truth. My man Bruhan drunk himself to death once that woman came to New York from Dominican Republic. So I say that to say this. Y'all go over there and you think these women don't know what's going on. You think these women are going to be who you think they're going to be. It's their job. When Americans come to these places, those foreign places that aren't the UK, that isn't Paris, that isn't Italy, that isn't Rome, that isn't the United Kingdom, it's their job to make you feel as though you are that king, you are that person, because they're trying to get here. We don't love it here. We take this shit for granted. But people in the Philippines and all those other places, they want to be here. They want to be here. So be careful, passport bros, because you think you're going over there and you think you're going to get this woman who loves you immensely and has the value system that the American women don't have anymore and all those things. And you're gonna fuck around, you're gonna go bring that girl across the waters and boom. Man, Lou just came in. Lou just joined the chat. Lou, hit me with the request to get in the chat. But that's my story about Bruhan. His name is John Bruhan. That's my story. Yo, come in the chat. Yo, send a request. We're talking about Passport Bros. If you just came in the room because I text you, we're talking about Passport Bros. And you recently put up a post regarding the Passport Bros. And me and Sean wanted to get your opinion on it and why you think that it's either successful or it isn't.
Before we get them in the room, ladies, I would love to hear y'all thoughts on this tonight. I would love to hear y'all thoughts. So when we open the phone lines up, I know we always want a question. My nigga Lou, what up,
boy? What's good?
Good. Hold on for 1 second. But ladies, I know y'all, we always want a question, have your question, but I'm so eager to hear what y'all thoughts on Passport Brides and Passport Bros are. Okay, Lou, we stole one of your posts and we made it into one of our topics this week. Dope post, by the way.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So
you want to set it up?
Now go ahead.
Okay, Rich.
So it was about you made a post about the Passport Bros. And me and you have spoken about Passport Bros. And we clearly have different opinions.
Correct.
So we just want to get your opinion on the Passport Bros and what you think of it. What you think of it is in general.
Okay, so first we probably need to clear some things up. So Passport Bros, I guess there's been a name, I guess, attached to it as Passport Bros, because we all know having a passport, going places, no matter what, we've been doing that for years, right? We've been going overseas, no matter where it is, Colombia, Brazil, all these different places we've been traveling. And guess what? Women have been doing the same thing too, especially for the last 15 years when it's about, living my best life. They've been single for this long, so they're going to go over here. Remember back when Eddie Murphy used to say, don't let your woman go over to the Jamaican because she'll find her Jamaican dude and he'll be slanging her and she there to get her back broke. Listen, this is nothing new. Now, I don't have anything against the Passport Bros. They do what they do. Now, are there consequences? Listen, there's consequences to everything that we do, right? We already know that. Here's what I think the misconception is. I think what happened was the blowback was when they were doing things and then calling out black women as to why they were doing that. And I think they made a mistake by doing that. If you was doing that, it's your prerogative, right? I'm going over here doing what I need to do, start my family. They're not bringing these women over to America. I think people forget that. And I heard, Rich, I think I heard you say that. The point is that when I did some research, the point is they're not trying to get these women Americanized. So like you said, if they bring them over here, yeah, they'll start to get Americanized, want to get the money, want to get the bag. But the point is they're not doing that. They're going over there, living, saving up. If you listen to what he's saying, one of the Passport Bros, he's saying, gentlemen, save your money. Take up for the next 5 whatever something years. Save as much as you can. If you really want to find love and you really want to find that traditional woman, save up your money and leave. This way you go find someone, right? And let's keep it real, because I think what's been put on the map was Brazil, because everybody talked about Brazil. Everybody, the finest chick, this and that. There's a certain area about Brazil, and we all know that. But Brazil in general, beautiful women. But a lot of these Passport Bros are going to other places like Taiwan, Tokyo, Ethiopia, where remember, there's black women there. There is a site, it's called, I think it's SAG. It's this women movement where they're moving overseas. They're taking their job, remote, everything. And they have a whole community of black women who leave and go overseas to live. No one's talking about that because, women, they do things because, for work, and I'm finding myself and I really want to enjoy my life. No one's talking about that. And that's where I think the Passport Bros went about doing it wrong. They called out black women. And when they did that, that made it a kind of a like, okay, you're leaving because of us. Even though back in our mind, listen, I hate America. America got some bullshit going on. So, especially with the independent and all this and women aren't traditional. Listen, we knew that was happening within the past 5 to 10 years. Women getting paid. They're getting their money. They're not going to act like our moms and our grandmoms act. It's not happening. And not for nothing, dudes want traditional women but can't really be a traditional man. Let's keep it real. You know what it means to be a traditional man? It means you have a woman that's going to stay home, not to rule, but to stay home and pay for every single thing and take care of her. And if you don't make enough money in today's society, you really need a 2-parent household income. We all know that. You can't even get in a nice apartment right now without people sharing. That's why people shacking up. So I know a lot of people had a lot of passport, and that's why these women clapped back, these Philippine women, because what was happening is when men made mentioning of black women while they were leaving, the black women went after the women that the black man was going over there to get. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So now these women are saying, hold on a second, why are you clapping at us? It's the old saying, if you dating a chick, right, and you got a girl, and then your girl see you out with this chick, why is she going after the chick? She need to be going after her man.
Right.
Nigga, why are you cheating on me? Yo, what's going on? Why are you going after the chick? Listen, the chick is just whatever, hey. But it's your man that's really making the persistent push of being with you and another. So same thing here. Just because these dudes are leaving, why are you going after these women? These women really don't know what's going on. They hear say, she say, and then, but not for nothing, these women that's overseas, a lot of them are Americanized. Trust me, they are. They don't pull that bullshit, but they just have traditional ways. So, and I think I wanted to, when I did the video, I showed both sides, if you notice. I'm real neutral about what I do because I don't believe in, men going after women and women going after men, and then if you don't have the right information. My mentor always told me we all have limited understanding of information personally. You don't have all. So you only understand what you know based on your own experience. So in order to understand it better, you got to get more information. You got to, two sides to every story. You got to be able to get that information and then dissect it on your own. Don't go by what other people are saying. Don't go by what people are kind of putting out in social media. You already know you're only going to hear the good stuff. Even in my posts, I cut it, right? Even in my posts, I still cut it because it's too long, but I cut the good stuff. I mean, let's keep it real. I cut the good stuff so that everyone can really see what was going on. So, and that's the whole gist of it. Unfortunately, it's real. I have another post that I'm posting, and this one, CNN did a break, and CNN did a story on this. This was a couple of days ago. CNN did a story on this that young men that are grown up now between the ages of 18 and 25 are starting to become mentally disrupted, and they are needing more help than people think. Because what's happening is our women, when I say our women, let's keep it color, our women, even in college at the age of 21 on up, they're starting to look at men for real at 30 and up. So those same dudes that you're in college with, you're not even looking at. It's like back in high school. Remember back in high school, you think you got a girl, you like, yo, what up? Is she dating dude in college? You like, damn. Yeah, you like, damn, what's going on? Because you ain't got it yet. Most men, we got to earn our, you know what I'm saying? We got to earn our status. We got to get the job. Yeah, we got to get the job, right? We got to go out there and bust our ass. And we know statistically, if you're a fine chick at 18.
His phone breaking up. Your Wi-Fi breaking up, Lou.
Okay, sorry about that.
But yeah.
But so I think it's difficult, but at the same time, CNN is doing a breaking story on this that men who are single, there are more men that are single now than ever before who are not having sex. But there are more women who are single now who are. So what does that tell you?
Women fucking.
And they're not boning the ones that are at their age.
Interesting.
Because a lot of times they are going for the older dude.
That's Sean. That's your wife.
Okay.
Sean. You got the
So right now they're going for the older dude who got a little something. May not be rich, but he got a little something. He could do your little nails, throw your little dollars, got a little whip. And it's leaving those boys, and they're saying the mental problem is starting to occur in our younger men now. And if we don't fix this, it's going to create a situation, because even in this generation, you find a lot of women who are not having kids or having families or getting married. They're waiting till they're 30, 35. So
let's talk about that in a different week, Lou.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I want to bring it back to something. The reason why I said that was because of because those men, one of the guys who's on Passport Bros, he's 23. He's like one of the most popular dudes on there. He's 23.
So
and he's out of here.
You say that he's out of here. Women over here because the women he wants
right.
Old heads like me.
Right. So he out of here.
Understood. I don't know, Sean. I can't argue because, like I said, this ain't a one size fits all. So y'all are right. Me personally, I can't. My ego won't allow me to leave where I'm at to go find something that I can't find here, because it makes me feel like I'm whack. It's like transferring. If Bazani don't get fired, we don't transfer. We play basketball, right? So I can't leave this school just because I ain't getting playing time. I got to get playing time. I got to figure it out. Or I'm definitely not going to leave this school if I'm a star. So I don't know, man. It just don't make sense.
Here's the difference. Rich Sean. The difference is men need time to develop their minds in order to have that understanding, their logic built up. Because we're not going to do that, because listen, we've been doing, hey, listen, I don't need to go nowhere to get whatever. But these men who have not developed yet and don't have the understanding about women, about life, and about how to make great decisions, they are working off of their emotions, which are undeveloped. So this way, they will easily be hurt by women negating them or telling them, hey, I don't want to be with you, or getting turned down. They don't know how to handle that. So it's easier for them to kind of, get upset and do something and go away. Especially this generation now, these modern men are not having it. That's why you get this whole 50-50 bullshit. Let's be honest, these modern men like, okay, cool. You want that? Okay, I'm good too. I got my money, my little money. Got my little job. You got your little job. So you want me to pay for yours and you trying to tell me you independent? But they don't understand. Again, it comes with, I think with us men, our understanding comes later on. It really does. We experience things and we learn from them. So that's my take on it.
Good.
All right, Lewis.
Go ahead, Rich.
I hit you back, Lou.
All right, y'all.
Good insight, Lou.
See, I don't know. You made a good point, and you said like it is. That's a business trend. It's a business. You got to pay attention. Women, Sean is right. Like I can't deny that fact. But I just think that there's more to it than that. I think it's more to it than that. I agree with you 100% that if you go over there and women are like on some, listen to your consumer, you're absolutely right. If you swear to God that everything you do is amazing, and I'm telling you that the shit you're doing is not amazing, is your ego gonna get involved, or your self insecurity is gonna get involved? It becomes an argument and everything, instead of just being like, okay, I'm just gonna try to make it better. I'm gonna try to do the right thing. I'm gonna try to give you what you want. If women can't do that, then God, by all means, all you niggas go across the water and find you happiness. I can't do it. I'm not gonna be the dude who leave my comfort zone to go and relocate to find happiness. What does that say about me? What does that say about me? That I can't find somebody to make me happy, that I ain't the type of dude that can put my foot down and make somebody make me happy, or create a situation or find someone that's going to make me happy, or work with somebody to become happy. What does that say about me? That I got to leave here to go over there to go find happiness? Nah, bro. I get it, but nah.
I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or yours, but is my Wi-Fi bugging out to you? Am I buffering?
It did it one time.
Yeah,
doing a circle.
Yeah, just so you know, your Wi-Fi must be buffering, Rich. But let's let callers in. Let me give the rules, because last week was a disaster. Okay. For anybody who's trying to get in on this conversation, now is your time. Please hit the plus button below. That alerts us that you are requesting to be part of this conversation. Number one, you must be someplace that is well lit. Number two, you must be willing to show your face. We do not speak to empty screens. Number three, you must have good cellular service or good Wi-Fi wherever you are. And lastly, I really want to hear women and men, to keep it 100, women and men. What is your thoughts on these passport bros and passport brides? I want to hear what your thoughts are, but you must have a question before it is before. Long story short, you must have a question. I lost my train of thought.
Nigga said, and the last rule is no SB and no trail. All right, y'all want to come in? Like Sean said, y'all ready? Hit the button. We're about to open it up for conversation, so let's get it cracking. And lo and behold, there go SB.
I know she got some thoughts on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her in. I'm gonna let her in. She wasn't the first person, but this person said no. Okay. Shannon Moore in the room. If y'all want to get in on this conversation, please hit the plus button at the bottom. Shannon Moore, are you there? Yes. Hello, beloved.
Oops. Hi. I didn't even know you picked up that fast. How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I'm confused. Why are y'all going on a
Where you coming in from?
Huh?
Where you coming in from?
Oh, I'm in Myrtle Beach.
You doing the dishes?
Am I doing the dishes?
Yeah.
No, I'm cooking my husband dinner.
Oh, well, there you go. Now he don't got to be a passport. Well, go ahead. What was your question?
I just am trying to figure out like why. First of all, I didn't know nothing about this passport thing. That doesn't even make sense to me. But why do y'all men feel like you got to go out of country to get a decent woman when it's a lot of us here? Is it because you don't want to look? You tired of going out? Like, I'm confused. I'm just anxious to know.
How long you been married?
6 years.
So how long you been together? How long you been off the dating?
11.
So you've been together for 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been married for 6 of those 11 years. So you've been
Correct.
off the dating scene for the last 11 years.
Correct. Well,
And
I
you're
was
probably-
single when I met my husband because I was making sure I was good with myself when I got out of my last relationship. I took time for me
As
before
you
I
did.
hopped into something else.
Okay. And I say all this to say that you're probably much younger than me. But there's no disrespect in what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But the dating world has changed a lot in the last 11 years. Since 2012, with social media and the way the Instagram is taking off and the way that the new kids are growing up, the dating world is not what it used to be.
That's bad.
I don't condone the passport bros. Like, that's not something that Richie would do. But for me to sit here and act like the dating world is what it was back in the day, I would be lying to you. I would be lying to you. Those dudes are probably sick of transactional relationships. They're probably sick of being used. They're probably sick of women and the toxic masculinity. They're probably sick of all the things that have been on the forefront of relationship dating in the last, 5 to 10 years. They're probably sick of all of that. And they feel like if they go across the world where people are a little bit more traditional in their mindset and their train of thought, and men are still king, and men still run the household, and women are not trying to outdo you or in competitive with you about how much money you make and all those type of things. If they are looking for those women, it used to be the minority was the other one, but now that's the majority. The minority is that woman here. You are the minority. The woman who's home right now cooking for her husband and coming on live and being like, I hear the babies in the background, you're taking care of the kids, you're multitasking, and you had no problems being like, what you doing? I thought I was water running. You were like, nah, I'm cooking for my man.
Yeah.
That you're a minority. I will say that.
But there's a lot of us out
and they can say what they want to say and disagree with me, or they want to disagree with me on the live, but you're the minority. So the reason that men are going across the water is because they're looking for somebody like you, and they can't find that person in the United States of America.
Well, let me say first, I wasn't always like this. I was like one of those, what I say go, how I want it is going to happen. You're a man, but you're not in charge. Don't be submissive to him. So I had that type of mindset. But when I actually took the time, when I got out of my last relationship, I focused on me and what I was contributing to these relationships that weren't working. Was it all them? Oh, they cheated? It's a reason behind why. So when I took the time to actually understand myself and love myself, it was easy for me to say, okay, I could be a wife. Being a wife is not a slave. Like everybody say, oh, you got to cook, you got to clean. I work 2 jobs, just got off at 7:30, got a 3-year-old, and I'm cooking dinner. And I got schoolwork to do later. So it's something that you have to want to do. I get pleasure off of my husband being able to come home and it's a cook meal. and I had to cook the dishes or clean up the toys. And then it's a partnership. Y'all got to be on the same page. No, we don't get along all the time, but you know, you got to actually sit down and evaluate yourself. Then maybe everybody wouldn't have to go across the country to find a wife.
Yo.
Can y'all hear me? I don't know if my Wi-Fi is bugging out tonight.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What's your name again, young lady?
Shannon.
Yo, Shannon, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm so mad at you. You had the audacity to call in, and your first thing was, why are men going overseas? Why are they passport bros when they can find women right here, right?
Right.
And then you said you looked inside and you realized that all of that bad energy and all of the reasons why your relationships weren't working, you started to work on you, and when you did that, you got a husband.
Correct.
So
Very simple.
you knew the answer to the question before you even called in. And here's why I'm mad at you. Because you could have started off in a completely different way and helped a lot of women who are on the other end of this conversation, who are just like you used to be and don't understand why men are not either wiping them, or if they do wipe them, they're out. You're living.
I didn't
You
think
have
of
the
it that
answers.
way. I was actually, honestly, wanted to know why, because I got plenty of good girlfriends that are good,
Okay.
and can't find.
No, you,
So that's
you
why
don't. You know the
I was
answer.
asking.
You are the answer. You're the answer.
Well, thank you.
Like
I have my flaws. I ain't perfect now.
I know, but you said all of the things that men are complaining about. And when you did self-inventory and when you did the work, you were in a relationship for 11 years.
Sure.
So what does that say? So women who still are running around talking about, oh, you don't want a wife, you want a slave, you're living proof. This ain't being a slave. I'm being a wife. And I'm being a mother. And ain't nothing degrading about it. And I'm in a happy relationship. So I just wish you had taken a different approach from the gate, but maybe you ain't realized that, you had the answer to kill.
I didn't, so I appreciate that. I'll take that feedback to know next time when I have a question to ask.
Yeah, I mean, you know, truth be told, I really wish that, you know, and this goes just for men and it goes for women. We need to pay just as much attention to what women are saying where we're coming up short. But women have to have an open ear and an open heart to where all of these men are saying that they're coming up short, because men are not running overseas for no reason. They just ain't.
All
But
right, Shannon.
thank you
Mama.
so much, Shannon.
Thank you too.
That was, she kind of, yeah, I understand what you were saying, because once she broke it down, she kind of answered her own question.
Very much so.
She was like, why are men leaving? Why are men leaving to go here? And then I gave her a whole why men are leaving. And then she said, well, and I said, you're the outlier. And she was like, well, it took me to be able to do A, B, C, and D, right? So that's when I became the outlier. So no, I get it.
And then she got a man.
And now she got.
Then she got her
She's
husband.
been married for 11 years.
There you
But
go.
I will say this. A lot of women are going to say, I don't care if you got a man. I don't care if you've been married for 11 years. I don't care if you profess your happiness. I am not going to bend who I am and do what it takes for me to be able to find that happiness. That's the problem. You understand what I'm saying?
No, that's not the problem. The problem is, see, it's secular, right?
Mhm.
Women say all the stuff you just said, but they're angry because at the end of the day, they're alone. So it just keeps going in a circle. At some point, you got to break that circle. I want something different, so I'm going to have to do something different. It's as simple as that. So, you know, we could all sit here and talk about I'm not changing, I'm me. But here's what I know from being in a long-term relationship. Nigga, if you want the relationship to work, you are gonna change. You are gonna compromise. You are going to listen and understand. It's two of us in this thing, and I'm not always right, and my way ain't always right. And sometimes you gotta just do things, and it don't make you less of a man or make you less of a woman because you actually listen to your partner and you saw yourself through their eyes and decided, I love this person enough that I am willing to change some of my ways because I'm not always right. I don't know. I don't agree with some of this crap. I don't.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but also be cognizant of the fact that you have to get to that point in a relationship where you can want to amend your ways for the happiness of the relationship. A lot of people don't make it this far. That's the problem. That's why dudes are going across seas and women are going across seas, because they don't make it to the point. They don't ever get to that point where it's like, okay, I want to make him happy. Okay, I want to make her happy. They don't get to that point because of the secular shit that you talked about. You could be on a treadmill and run and lose weight and be successful at being healthy, but still not ever go anywhere. You're still not going nowhere. So
I like that, Rich.
you're looking at
Richard.
Huh?
Richard, I like that. Good job. I like that. Go ahead,
But
proceed.
you can, that happens. So now you don't really think that you're doing anything wrong. Like you're feeling good, you're healthy, everything, but you're not moving. You haven't made any progress. So now you and your dude, y'all never get to the point where it's about making each other happy because y'all niggas never moved. He's not budging, you're not budging. You niggas is both running in place next to each other until you both decide that it's over. And it's really sad because if you had just gave a little bit, you have to give a little bit to get a little bit. And then and I'm telling you, Sean, we're going to talk about this, and the way I've been telling you about these relationships, nobody wants to give anymore because motherfuckers feel like they're weak for giving now. They feel like they're weak, and they don't understand it. This is the whole premise of fucking success, is that you guys are give and take in relationships. But they don't want to give because I feel weak. If I let this dude do this, I'm weak. And the dude is like, oh, if she do that, oh, I'm a sucker if I let her get away with that. It don't work. Y'all, man, listen.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, and I hope somebody out there hear me and really hear me. Humbling yourself is not belittling yourself. It's two very different things. Humbling yourself and listening and being willing to change. That's not belittling yourself. That takes a strong person. All this weak. How's that weak? I know some of the baddest niggas who ever walk the ghettos of the South Bronx. Niggas who is 100% thorough, who got to a point where they matured and they understood the carnage and the damage that they did to the community. And they would walk away before they would do some of the things that they used to do to niggas. That ain't belittling yourself. That's not weak. That's strength. So that so that's stinking thinking, man. I think people got to get out of it. People got to get out of their own way. But I mean, let's get another call in here.
Yo, if y'all want to get in the conversation, please hit the plus button. I'm trying not to let the same people in because y'all complain when I do that, but yet I hit the button and it's the same people every week. So here we go. SB. Birthday girl.
Hey.
Hold on. We gonna all sing happy birthday to. When's your birthday, SB?
Yesterday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you. Happy
birthday,
birthday, SB. Happy birthday to the fourth member, the third member of the Boys Club, SB.
Thank y'all. You are crazy. I was
What up,
so
S?
ain't nothing was going down, guys.
What up?
Y'all know I got something to say about this passport bros situation.
We want to hear it.
So the guy that was on, he essentially said the same thing because he started with these guys are not.
What guy? What guy?
Lewis is his
Yeah.
name, I believe.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So he said, save these guys. These guys are not bringing women. Not all of them are not marrying women and bringing them over, but they are leaving. But he also said, save your money for 5 years because the American dollar in Jamaica or Dominican Republic or it's more money. So if you live here in America and you work and you save your money for 5 years and then you take all of your money or you get to a certain number and you go over there, you living like a king. So it's still the attraction of a better life. It's a thing. If you're an American man and you move somewhere like Dominican Republic and you have American money, or better example, my best friend's grandfather, he used to train horses at the Aqueduct and at Belmont Racetrack. They're from Jamaica. He retired and he lives in Jamaica, but he has an American pension coming in. He's in Jamaica living like a king. So of course the women in that country are flocking to him still for the money. It's still the promise of a better life. If you live in Jamaica, you can't go to school if you don't have money. Like school, like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those kids end up in the flea market and.
But what is your point? I'm missing your point here. What point are you making?
The point is, those women over there, when men from America come over there, they're still attracted to them for the money. It's still the American dollar. Even if a man is not bringing them back over here and he's taking his American money and moving over there, he's over there living like a king.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying regardless of whether he brings them back here or he goes over there, either way, it's a promise of a better life. So even if he's not dangling passports and green cards and all that, he's going over there with his American money where he's living like a king in the big house and all of that. So
he can go over there, buy a big house in the hills. You know, he probably, if he's from America, they're probably traveling back and forth, whether he, resides over there, still probably traveling back and forth. He probably has American resources and he's over there living like a king. So those women are still attracted to an American man for the promise of a better life. And to further my point, Dykeman is mini Dominican Republic. If you walk down the streets of Dykeman, them chicks won't even look at you because they over here and they don't have no reason to. But if you go to Dominican Republic, where American money is king, of course, poppy, whatever you want, yeah. Because that I'm not gonna degrade them and say they're not educated or they're stupid or whatever. But in countries like that where resources are few, when American people come over, even with the women, I know some American women who ain't getting no love over here, and they go over to Jamaica, and as soon as they get off the plane, those Jamaican men, baby love, because it's a promise of a better life. It's just what it is. But it goes both ways.
So you saying you don't believe in the whole passport bro thing? You think it's the same bullshit? It's just as women and men are both looking for a better life, and it ain't nothing to do with true love. Like
I feel like we're both here looking for love, and to both of y'all point, nobody wants to bend and nobody wants to seem weak by, you know, checking their ego at the door and humbling themselves to get what they want. But I think it works that way on both sides, and I feel like men and women would rather go somewhere where the population is subjected to deal with their bullshit to get what they want. Because you, like I said, to your point, Rich, you got your friend who went over there and the woman was so in love, and then as soon as she got over here, she was out of there. So look, everybody wants a better life. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants the idea of marrying up, I guess. But for men to leave here thinking that they're getting a different version of women is, you're really not. If a man would be a protector and a provider for an American woman, I feel like she would humble herself and be submissive to him. I feel like some men, I think that women are angry, and I think that women have hard exteriors because they have to do everything and they're not treated delicately by men. But I feel like if a woman got with a dude who created an environment for her to be delicate and soft, then she would probably be submissive to him. But these guys are not really giving women much to be submissive to, in my opinion. And the older men that are in a position to provide that security, they don't want to be in relationships. They want to explore their options. Because to Prez's point, your wife said that you're only as loyal as your options.
What she hit me with.
So,
but
that's
some bull crap to begin with. Because like I tell her, I'm loyal to her, and I got plenty of options. So she's that's a flawed philosophy, but I give her a little
but would
credit
you say that? But would you say that comes with age and maturity? Because I'm sure this version of Prez is not 25-year-old version of Prez, or is it?
No. It's a different version.
So you had to come, you did, you ripped and ran, and you did what you wanted to do, and you came to a point in your life where you don't want to do that anymore. That's not entertaining. You've done all of that you possibly could in your life.
No.
So what? No. Okay.
No. Like, I ain't gonna make this about her because she get too much credit as is. But she, like, I always said, I know I get up here and I sound like I'm some nice guy, but truth be told, I can't tell you here's what I can tell you. She's dope. And I don't want to hurt her. Like she's dope. What she brought to the table was enough for me to be saying what I'm saying right now. It's as simple as that. So we could sit here, and I would love to take the credit, and I changed this, that, and the third. Maybe I did. I'm an old man. I'm OG Prez. I am. But I don't know if I wasn't with this woman, would I not be in the streets? I don't know. But I will give her credit. She deserves the credit, truth be told.
That's dope.
That is dope. Look at Sean. Look at Sean paying homage, giving his old lady some flowers.
That's what I'm talking about.
Huh?
I said, that's what I'm talking about, Prez. Show these men how to big your woman up publicly.
No. You see, this is where this whole thing is tricky for me. Everybody heard what they wanted to hear. Prez, big up your woman. Prez, do that. You know what the what the whole premise of that is, the whole premise of Big Interrupt, it's all precipitated with the one statement he made at the beginning. She deserves it. That's the caveat to this whole thing. Women want to be bigged up. Women want to have all this stuff. Women want to get shouted out on live and talk about, get their flowers and how you changed my life and made me the person that I am today. But what did you really do to deserve that? If you aren't the woman that made me the better man, then I'm not gonna give you the credit to make you seem like you're the woman that made me a better man. You can't be that. Women don't want to work towards that. In order for you to have to make me a better man, you have to put time, you have to put in effort, there's compromise, there's all the things that we spoke about earlier. And that's why Sean has the relationship. That's why Sean has the relationship.
And would you look at that? He didn't have to go overseas to get it.
And he did it. But the reality is, he found someone here, which furthers my point that you don't need to go overseas to find somebody right. You just have to be the right dude and find the right woman. But at the same time, I'm also not going to sit here and not acknowledge the fact that women don't want to do the things that are necessary to make Sean get up here and say the things that he just said about his woman. You want your cake and you want to eat it too. You want to go out and do your own thing. You want to go out and be competitive with me and financially competitive and arguing and all the other stuff. And I don't need to do that. And I ain't cooking and I ain't cleaning and I ain't doing nothing. And we ain't gonna meet halfway. And then you want me to act like you're the one that's supposed to change me. No. That's not how it works. People don't want to put in work in relationships no more. That's why the transactional relationship is so fucking successful in this day and age, because nobody wants to really put in no work. And the easiest way to not put in no work is what's the first thing that you always say? What's the first thing that your mama always told you? Your daddy always told you? I can't buy it. You gotta work for it. And in today's day and age, nobody wants to work for it, so they go to the people that can buy it. That's why older men are winning. That's what Lou just got on here and said. Lou got on here and said that dudes that are 18 to 24, 25 are fucked. Because women, you can't provide it because you're just now getting out of college, you're working an entry-level position, you're making $16, $17 an hour, or you're Richie Dollars and you're running around New York City with a book bag making $30 a week. And unless you that nigga, then you ain't gonna be able to pull it off. And women are looking past you. Your peer group who used to ride with you on the train no longer wants to ride with you on the train. They don't want to hear that 1, 2, 3, 9 shit. They want to hear the 740, G53, G550, G63. If it ain't a G or an I in front of your shit, they don't want to hear 1, 2, 3, 7, 9. That's the problem today. That's the real problem today. And the girls in that peer group are looking at dudes who are older now because those dudes have it. And young dudes don't. But
again, those dudes are not trying to be in relationships. Those dudes are exploring their options because they have them.
And thus transact. You missing the whole point, Yana. That's the transaction of it all. I'm paying you to come around. I'm making sure you got your nails done. I'm making sure you got your hair done. I'm making sure you got the new Jordans at 10 a.m. I'm making sure you good.
But where's the love?
When that comes,
but where's the love that
Kevin Samuel's been telling y'all since before he passed away? You can't get mad at the man who everybody wants and he don't want to be by himself. He wants to be with everybody because everybody wants him. And Sean's girl said the same thing. It's the same principle. You're as fucking faithful as your options. Why is that hard for everybody to understand? If you dated,
I understand it.
Dated in your age group, if you dated people, if you dated your peer group, if you dated people that were like you, if you dated people of like mind, then you would be in the same situation as those people and y'all could grow together. But you're never going to grow together because little boys now don't have the money that old men have. And women want money. They want bags. They want trips. They want to ride in cars. They don't want to ride on the 2 train no more. That's it.
I think women want love. I think women want love too, but I also think that I think that women would build with guys, but it has to be a guy who she could trust to like. Here's the thing: we could build together. We could both be on the same level and build together, right? But can I trust you that once you get where you want to go, you're not going to leave me behind? Because that happens all the time.
That's the age-old thing. And let me tell you something. The man who you build with, like Drake said, when you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, the man who you build with is a better chance that nigga gonna ride it out with you than the dude who don't even want to marry you, because he look at marriage as a source of your come up, not his. Everybody knows that marriage is 100% always for the woman. At the end of a marriage, if a marriage does not work, 9 out of 10 times, the woman will leave that situation happier than a man. The woman is usually the one, and I'm on my Andrew Tate shit now, and I don't even like that guy. But you cannot deny facts. 67% of women are the ones who file for divorce. That's almost 7 out of 10. Alimony, 9.3 times goes to women. Child support, 98.2 times goes to women. And I'm not just regurgitating numbers. I got a photographic memory. If I see it, I remember it. These are facts. Google them. So now, financially, you leave me, you get my money. You get my kids, you get my money. A man who's already grown and in a place where he is successful, why would he want to put himself in a position to where now you marry me, we get divorced, you had a kid, I'm fucked, and I just gave you everything that I worked hard for. You have a better chance, you have a much better chance with the dude that you was riding the 2 train with, that y'all came up together and got it together and got it from the mud together and got it from the dirt together. You have a much better chance of riding it out with him than you do with that other dude who's already looking at you like you won't be coming up off of me. When I look at a woman, I'm 100% cognizant of how she came. In my mind,
I think that's just I just think that's a double-edged sword, because I hear you saying that, but you know, then there's that whole term ride or die. And as far as I'm concerned, yesterday was my 39th birthday, and I would have back then like to consider myself a ride or die, and it was never a ride or die. I just died. I ride until I die. I rode until I died. These niggas ain't loyal. It don't matter what you do. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like just it's something about the male ego that when you do too much for a man, they start to resent you for it. And when you are a certain caliber, if you're a certain caliber of woman, sometimes you do end up jealous of you. Like I've seen it. I see friends. I've been in a situation, and I've seen friends of mine go through it. Sometimes these dudes resent you for being too much.
I don't know, Yana.
So
You said they resent you for what?
for just being too much, you know, like it, like these good, you know. Okay, I have a friend. Look, I got a friend. She does hair like me, but she's really successful at it, and her dude is just a regular working dude. Now this girl, because of her craft, she be around celebrities and stuff like too. And I feel like some of the relationship problems that they go through is because he's jealous of her. And she does, in her mind, she doesn't have any intention on leaving him. She loves her man. They've been together for years. But I believe in his mind, because of her constantly flourishing in her field. And I'm not saying that working a regular 9 to 5 is not being productive. If you a grown ass man and you got a 9 to 5, then kudos to you. You know, I'm not knocking nobody's hustle, but I just feel like he's jealous of her, or you know, is some type of insecurity there, like he feels like she's gonna outgrow him, or maybe she gonna be on a set and see somebody she like more and leave him, and in reality he's the one pushing her away. So
That could be true.
you know, sometimes
No, that could be.
she, you know, she cooks, you know, she's a good, they have 2 kids together, she's a good mom, but I just feel like he's jealous of her.
Yeah, but
And
you can't.
That could be very true.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, it definitely could be, and that's his insecurities. But, and I'm not. Yo, listen, we're not here to say that. I'm not here to say that every relationship is going to work, and you could do everything the right way and shit still fail. That happens in life. But I'm saying that if we're going to roll the dice, I'm putting my dice on that relationship more so than I'm putting my dice on the relationship of a young woman who's coming up and sees a man with money and gravitates toward him because he's got himself together and is already in a position. That man, or this is what Kevin Samuels was telling y'all. This is what the Tate dude and the Red Pill and all them niggas be telling y'all. The people, you can't gravitate to the 1% and leave the 99% alone and then get mad when the 99% are lonely and the 1% is fucking everybody. You created that. You created those percentages. You created those percentages. You can't get mad at the percentages that you create. And if you know better, you do better. This is not, no longer is this a situation where it's just happening. This whole relationship shit is taking a mind of its fucking own. Me and Prez been doing this shit for almost a little bit over a year now, and I look at this shit and I see so many different posts and people and girls saying this, and they all go viral. You know why? Because this relationship shit is so real. Everybody's talking about it. So nobody's sneaking up on nobody no more. You're not sneaking up on nobody no more. The facts is out there. The numbers are out there. All you got to do is scroll your fucking timeline and the numbers they'll find you. But the women are still gravitating to these same people because those are the people who got it. That's the easy road. That's the easy path. That's the easy path to Noble. That's the easy path to Prime, Miami Prime or whatever. That's the fucking easy path to Ruth Chris. That's the easy path to the BMWs and the Navigators and the Mercedes of the world. That's the easy path. And the easy path, if you know anything about easy, is never appreciated. And that's the problem. And that's why Prez's relationship will work and y'all's won't, because that's appreciated because there was work involved, and you always appreciate what you work for more than appreciate what's given to you. And if a nigga's giving you a bag and the nigga's giving you a ride in his car and he's picking you up from the freaking, so you don't got to take the train, or you ain't appreciating them. You ain't appreciating that stuff. And you want more, and you want more, and you want more, and to the point where you get, now you not worth what you asking for no more. You're not worth what you asking for.
Hold on, say that part again, Rich. I like that.
Yo, it's the truth. You ask for more, you get this and you get that, and you like, oh, okay, that was easy enough. So let me get the next step, until your man is looking at you like, you know what, shorty, you starting to outprice yourself. And I got options. So now I'm gonna go find something else, because now you starting to get on my nerves, because you're not even appreciative of the shit I'm doing. You're not appreciative of how this relationship is going, and you're not even bringing nothing to the table. And the sad part is, it's not bringing nothing to the table, not because you can't, because you don't want to, because you don't feel you need to, because you're comfortable, because this nigga's making you comfortable, because you are an accessory to him. But y'all put yourselves in that position. You do that to yourselves. Then you get mad at the passport bros and the passport chicks, and black women are outraged by the passport people and all this. And you outraged by this, and you outraged by that. But really, if you look at the premise and what precipitated all of this nonsense, if you look in the mirror, it's you. It's you. I'm not saying you personally, Esme.
No, I know.
But
I know.
You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I know.
If I go out there every day and I'm out there doing A, B, C, and D, and niggas look at me differently, I don't get mad at people when they walk up to me and be like, yo, this is who you are. I don't get mad. That's who I've showed you. You've been watching me on TV for the last 12 years. If that's what you think I am, then I can't get mad at that. I just have to look in the mirror and be like, damn. Damn. It is what it is. I gotta overcome it. I gotta try to do something better. I gotta try to prove you wrong. If it means that much to me. If it means that much to me.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time it don't mean that much to me. Because can't nobody do nothing for me that I can't do for myself 20 times over. I'm living in the 1%.
I get it. I mean, I think that some women feel that way. These independent women that do everything for themselves, I feel like what you just said is exactly how they feel.
And that's
it's like, I don't have to put up with your shit. I don't have to, do this or that, because you're not giving me a reason to. And in some ways, in their mind, it's not worth it to. Like, when you come to the table as a man, I have this. So what are you bringing to the table that's going to make me feel required to be submissive to you? If I'm doing I'm doing my thing just as well as you, then I don't have to either.
And therein lies a stalemate. And that's why Prez is breaking his neck to get off this motherfucker at 10 o'clock to go eat his home-cooked meal, and I'm on my way to Popeyes for the fucking fish biscuits in the goddamn tackle box.
No, you're going to get a tackle box, because even if you had a woman, you don't want her cooking in your house.
Bye, SB.
Talk that talk, SB.
Yo. Anyway, Prez, you're not really
Rick,
tonight, bro.
Hold on. Go ahead, because I got something to say.
Oh, I know. I want you to say it, because you've been quiet.
Nigga, you really preaching tonight, ain't you? You I'm like, Rich, what could I possibly say? Do you understand you said you done outpriced yourself? Like, nigga, I got to do stuff with that slogan right there. You said y'all done asked for so much and asked for so much that you outpriced yourself. Good job, Rich. You went on a whole tangent.
Yeah, I did go on a tangent. I went on a tangent. Yo, I got my man Julian. Julian, send a request to get in the conversation. Julian was on the OWN network. He's an actor, but he's out here. I'm sure he has a different mindset than we have about women. And he's an entrepreneur. He's a dude. He's doing his thing out here. But I see him in the room. But go ahead, Julian. Let her come on in, and we're gonna go with Layla for now. Layla, her name is Layla.
Ladies, don't outprice yourself.
Don't outprice yourself.
That's the new one.
So you brought me in. I didn't know you were bringing me in. I'm sipping my wine, but can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Where you from?
Well, I'm not Julian, and I got this big ass pimple on my head. So over
Hey,
the
mama,
anyway,
where you calling from?
I'm from Georgia, Atlanta.
Okay, what's good?
So anyway, I just want to piggyback on what you guys were saying as far as independent women. I am an independent sister, and I date all kinds of guys, but I got tired of being lonely because of my success, and holding my own, doing everything for myself and my kids. That's my main focus. So I did date beneath me, but I didn't care. You feel me? I wanted that. So when I did that, it went sour. I was investing in his music. You get where I'm coming from? Like, fuck it, might as well. But if it's gonna be like this, why not?
No, I don't know. You got to do a better job explaining because you lost me. You
Okay,
saying
so let me.
you chose to date beneath you?
Huh?
You're saying you chose to date beneath you. Why?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why would you choose to date beneath you?
To tell you the truth, because as a successful woman, you get lonely. I got lonely. I wanted somebody in real life, not just online distance, you know. I wanted somebody physically there versus emotionally there. Usually when you're in that status, you meet men and you date long distance, you date emotionally. That's more than anything, because the emotional support, when you're successful, you're so busy, your life is so busy. It's like I really don't have time for real life. But he was always there, so it was like, fuck it. I might as well see what he's about. And it went sour, so it's just like, it's not that Black women are arrogant. We are not. And I really hate that stereotype for us, because I fought with brothers. I fought with brothers heavy. And I mean, I'm all for it. What can we build together? That's why I was like, fuck it. I might as well invest in this man, But it went sour. He was so insecure, so jealous. Yeah, it was a bad situation. So, yeah. So what we,
Is there a question
so
in here?
my
Is there a
question is,
question in here?
yeah. So my question is, you guys say that you guys decided to go to Dominican Republic to find women, but where do we go? Like, you feel me? You get where I'm coming from. Like, where do we go to find?
Passport. You want to be a passport bride?
Oh, no. I couldn't be, because I've established too much on my own, and you get where I work really hard to get to where I am. So I couldn't be a passport girl, but it's just like, be respectful for the women, for the sisters too, that have stuck it out with men, that I got tired of people always stereotyping me. Oh, you're arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I'm confident. Yeah, I'm successful. I work very hard to get to where I am. And without no man, you'll get where I come from, but God. I mean, make sure I say that. So I decided, to get to where I am, a man helped invest in me. So why can't I return the favor? So my whole thing is, when brothers are putting us down, I don't like it, number one. There are real sisters, solid sisters out there that, I don't care what a man, I do care, but let's build together. What can we build together? So why can't you guys find women like that? There's Black women out there in America that feel like, what can we build together? And let's go from there. So.
Well, okay. Just in the interest of time, what is your name?
April. April.
Okay. Very nice to have you back on the show this week, April. Okay. So here's, huh?
April,
you don't remember April came on? Why are you looking like that, April?
I've come on a million times.
Oh shit.
Rich, she's shocked, but usually you don't see her face. You just see from here to here. Yeah, exactly. That's why you don't recognize her.
Oh, that's right.
So you don't recognize her, because usually she's making sure that Richie D is focused on those double D's or whatever they are. So stop acting, April, like you don't be on here advertising. So cut it out. But can I get to my point? Okay, so here's the deal, April. And I don't even think you understand where you're going wrong. You, and I'm about to say what I just said again, and I don't mean it as a joke. You typically, when you come in, you advertise. We know that. Yes, you are, April. You're not slick about it. We know, we're men. But even in your conversation just now, you talked about, okay, I'm going to go a different way, and then I'm going to bring it back to you. Women, me and Rich been doing this show for a little over a year. And women multiple times have come in and asked a very, very similar question. It's always a variation of, why do men lead with their wallet? Why do men always got to lead with their wallet? Why do men always got to lead with their wallet? I sat here and listened to you and I didn't say a word. You spoke for the better part of 5 to 10 minutes. And the majority of what you talked about was how successful you are. That's so you are doing the same thing that women complain about men doing. And you're not understanding all of the every now and then you would sprinkle in you're a good woman and I don't understand why men gotta go over there, this, that, and the third. But your sell point to yourself was those titties and how successful you are. That's facts. It is. But if that's what you're putting out there, then what you expect to get back? What type of dude do you get to, like, what kind of dude do you think you're attracting? And when a man do enter your life, if all he got to hear is how busy you are because how successful you are, and you spent so long building yourself up to this point, all of that type of stuff, truth to the matter is you that's you saying you looking for love, but love ain't gonna find you with that type of attitude. It's not. Because when it all comes down to it, love don't cost nothing. It doesn't. And whether you got enough for a Richie D crib or you live in a one bedroom somewhere, the bottom line is if you putting out good energy and you are willing to find a man that you have chemistry with and treat him the way you want to be treated and not leading with all of the success that I have and the lack of time I have and all of this other stuff, you'll probably find different results than what you've been finding now. And it's no different than niggas who lead with their wallet. And you meet them and the first thing they do is want to buy you something and buy bags and this and that. And then they complain they can't find love. Well, you was never looking for love. You was looking to impress whoever you was with. You was looking to show how much you had. You was looking to show your accomplishments. You was looking to buy your way in. And you can't buy love. Because it don't cost nothing. So if I could help you out with anything, I would say change even how you are going into these relationships, because truth be told, you're going to get what you get. What you're putting out, that's what you're going to get back to you. So if you look at love, I guarantee you, you ain't going to find it with your, like your sales approach is so off. It really is. And
that's mean, because I'm not trying to sell nothing, though. That's the whole thing. That's very mean. I just want a man that I could build with. That's just it, you know?
Then start with that, April. Then start with that. But you know what you started with? Go listen to this when we're done. And count how many times you talked about how successful you are. And then come back to what you just told me about you want to build something with somebody. No, that's your mouth just said that, but everything else said everything else. So that's sense. Just my thought.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Sean. I appreciate that. That's for real. You're right. Thank you. Gotta be a little bit more humble. So, thank you.
Well, it ain't just about being more humble. It's about understanding what a real value is. That's what it's about. If you place value in things, then you're gonna attract somebody who is in it for things. They're not in it for you. When you place value in the woman that you are, and all of the things that you're bringing to the table that have nothing to do with quote unquote things that are the good qualities about you.
Wow.
What makes you such a special and loving human being, you're going to
Thank
attract
you.
that person who's looking for that. Does that make sense?
Thank you so much. It's awesome. It made me want to cry. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank
You're
you,
about to cry.
Sean. I know it is
I
real because
can't see you.
I don't want to
I still
cry,
see
but it's so
your face, though.
touchy. I don't think you get
Prez
it.
said, so to make this long story long, Prez is basically telling you next time you come on this motherfucker, take your titties out the camera, put on a turtleneck or something.
Got it. Got it. And look for those type of men, right? That's not looking for that. So yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate both of you guys. Thank you.
Well, thank you for listening with an open ear and an open heart, April. Real talk.
For sure.
And not
Thank
being
you.
defensive.
Of
Thank
course
you.
not. Thank you.
Go ahead. Now leave everybody with them
Yep.
double D's for the road. I know why I don't be knowing who she is, because every time she come in here, she come in under a different name. That name was Nancy.
Know what you do?
All right.
Oh,
Yo, what's up, man? Guy?
what's up, bro?
Julian.
Oh,
Tell everybody who you are, man.
absolutely. Oh, be quiet, you two. Don't mind my Frenchies back there. They acting goofy. I'm Julian Britano. What's up, man? It's my man Dallas here. What's up, Prez? I heard a lot about you, my man. I do a lot of different things. Most people know me from the show Greenleaf, Shots Fired, a couple other things got coming out. I'm also a advocate and ambassador for the American Diabetes Association. That's a whole nother topic. And right now, I'm a married man, and me and my wife, we got some dope stuff going on. We're new hotel owners, which is by itself a whole different situation. And I'm from Jersey. I'm from Newark, and I spent a lot of time in nightlife throughout my years in New York City. And I just made some pivots and transitions, and things are moving now.
That's dope. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
How did you, being part of nightlife and dealing with this world, this nightlife world, how did you find your queen versus what's out there now? Because you're still outside. You were recently, we recently hung out together at some clubs. So you know what is out here. You know what is, how did you find your wife versus what's going on out here now?
Well, here's the deal. It's crazy because I met my wife online, actually. We met on POF, Plenty of Fish, okay? But I wasn't even looking for nobody like that. Like, I wasn't trying to hook up like that. You know, when you in nightlife, when you move a certain way, you in promotion, all that stuff like that. I like using those apps to network with people all over the place. And I had sent her a message just because I saw her, like, oh, okay, she seemed pretty cool. She hit me back later, like mad later. She was actually about to get off the app. And she was like, wait a minute, who's this guy? And then we connected on there. First date we had, we went to lunch. I was actually on my way down from Virginia down to Atlanta for a shoot. And I called her, like, hey, I know you're at work right now. Let's meet up for lunch. She pulled up in her work cardigan, dressed some slack from work. You know, she ain't have all the, you know what I'm saying, the quote unquote sexy outfits on, all this other stuff, trying to do this over impressive stuff. We just kicked it. And we talked and we kept it real. And then rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how we met. The thing was, I had just got into acting. I had just shot on Greenleaf with Oprah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got into acting. When I say that, meaning I just literally pivoted into it because I had a club out in Virginia and I lost it. You know, some technicalities. I'm not gonna go into that right now. But so I was rebuilding. I had to rebuild, but I kept it 100 with her. I wasn't trying to flex. I wasn't trying to none of that. I just was like, yo, this is where I'm at. This is what's going on. Yes, really, Bella. Yes, Bella. POF. I kept it honest with her, and she rolled the dice just like I rolled the dice, being vulnerable, being, like that, and it worked. Now it takes work and effort. Don't get it twisted. It's not like a cakewalk, but I believe when you lead with communication, you lead with really genuinely trying to get to know somebody, and you have an intention, you have purpose in mind. You'd be surprised.
Let me ask you something. Was you looking to settle down when you found her?
Yes.
You were looking to settle down?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, here's the deal. Remember, I wasn't necessarily looking for anything, but when I found her and we kicked it that first date, and then we went on a second one, I was like, yo, this is
okay. You getting beyond where I'm trying to go.
Okay.
When you were on that app, were you looking for your wife?
No.
You were not?
I was not.
Okay. What was it about her?
You know what? She didn't come with all that. Like I said, she didn't lead with the sex appeal. As far as, don't get me wrong, I found her very attractive and sexy, but she didn't have the breast out. She didn't have an ass out. She didn't have all, she had on very tasteful attire. And then I was like, all right, she took some tasteful shots and whatnot. Because she had some model shots up there, and she had some candids, some regular stuff. And I was like, yo, she seemed kind of down to earth. She seemed, someone I could possibly relate to. Once, like I said, once we connected on the site first, because of course we had some conversations, on the phone first, and then we went on that first date. But no, I wasn't technically looking for my wife at that moment, but I knew at that point, because at that point in my life, like I said, I was transitioning. And like I said, when I lost my whole investment from the club, I thought it would have been irresponsible to really be out there trying to actively date and look for somebody. See what I'm saying? Because I wasn't secure in my situation. You know what I mean? I had a crib and everything and all that, but, I just feel like that would have been crazy. But she made me feel comfortable once I got a chance to speak with her.
The reason, can you guys hear me? I'm not breaking up. Let me know if I'm breaking up.
Oh, we can hear you good, bro.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking you what I'm asking you, Richie and I do this show every week, and women are trying to understand men, and they're trying to understand why men move and act the way that they act, and what do I have to do to get a man to take me serious? What do I have to do to get a man not to cheat? What do I have to do to get a man to be a man?
Mm.
And ladies, y'all have to listen. It was her. It was what she brought to the table that attracted this man. He was on Plenty of Fish. I don't know what he was looking for on Plenty of Fish, but he out of his own mouth, I wasn't looking to settle down. But it was something about that woman and what she brought to the table, and what we try to explain every week. You can focus on men ain't ish and this, that, and the third, and walk around angry and all of this. But I promise you, a nigga will wife you if you bring it. If you bring it to the table and you come genuine and you come with an open heart and you come with no pretense. He's living proof. He's married. It wasn't about him. It was about her. I don't know how to put this, to articulate it into words, but maybe you can pick it up from here, Julian.
You know what it is? So she made it, like I said, easy for me to at least have open communication with her in the beginning. Now, mind you, I had to get out of my head about some things, you know, because I used to have issues with the way I was, you know, my mom, which she told me growing up, she was like, don't ever let no woman talk crazy to you. Don't let nobody disrespect you. Don't let her put her hands in your face. All that. Like all the stuff that women think is cute nowadays, shit ain't cute at all. Okay? You know, and so, so she would, you know, have conversations. She's from Rochester, New York. So, you know, that's, they could be aggressive too up there. You know. So she would talk, I should talk. And I'm like, I had to stop myself from looking at it like she's attacking me. You know, because I had to do some things for myself too, you know. But like I said, because I've made some adjustments, the way I receive her messages, realizing that, okay, we work in this thing. This is still in the courting phase, all right? Where it's like, all right, because literally like after the second date, I was like, look, there's other people I was, you know, talking to and not, but I'm gonna nix all that. Like her value, I saw her value, you know. I'm like, let me nix all that. Let me just focus on you. Because me dating all these other, that's not going to help me focus on you. So I did that. We courted. I proposed to her in November of 2016. So 11 months in, I proposed. Okay. Because again, at that point, at 37 years old then, I was just like, I see what I'm doing. I had just got my role on Greenleaf. I just made that transition and pivot in my life. I also knew that, okay, if I'm gonna be doing these things out here in this entertainment space, media, and do different things and just open for new possibilities, I'm like, I know how I like to maneuver. So I need somebody that can maneuver with me. Whether we go to the picnic, the barbecue, the country club, to the trap house, whatever, she was able to flow. Her conversation, she was there. She wasn't afraid to just be herself and not be pretentious about anything. Okay?
That's why, and I don't know. For people who don't know me, this is my guy, Julian. We've had conversations. We've been to the clubs. And obviously, y'all looking at him now. Y'all know him from Greenleaf, whatever. We've been to the club, and I've watched this man. Sean, which is when I saw him in here, I was like, I got to get this nigga on. I watched this nigga shut him down at the club. Girls be like, yo, what's good? This nigga like 6'4", 6'5". He like, all right, he big nigga, football built nigga. Bitches love him. Women love him. I'm sorry. I told Monet I wouldn't say that word no more. But anyway, so there we go. Women love him. And I've been to the club with him in Atlanta where it was outside. Well, he was like, yo, I'm good. I'm good. You're rich. I'm happy. I'm married. We can hang out in here. We can smoke hookah. I'll even talk to him. But when I leave here, it's over. I'm not even getting no numbers. I'm not doing none of that. And I always was like, yo, this nigga's crazy. This nigga's crazy. But it was always the real deal. It was always real. And he was like, yo, I got a good thing at home, bro. And I'm not going to jeopardize that for any of this shit out here. And I was like, wow. That's dope.
And it didn't matter.
And now,
now
people understand the background. Now people be like, well, how can I get that? How can I get him? How can I get the guy from Greenleaf that was with Oprah and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's how. That's be yourself. Don't be pretentious. Like, we brought a nigga on here that ain't me or Sean that's telling you the same thing we've been telling y'all since we got on here. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the cars. It ain't about nothing. This man just clearly told y'all he was pivoting from one situation to a whole nother situation. A whole different situation. And when he got with her, it took him 11 months to decide that this is who I want to rock with. And that's because she can go anywhere with me and I feel comfortable with her in any environment.
Exactly.
And that ain't no Brazilian butt lift. That ain't no fake titties. That ain't no fucking, none of that nonsense. That ain't nothing. That's all fucking substance and organic.
Exactly. She didn't leave with nothing else. Like, even with you know, because she was a director at her company. She had grew a whole division, you know, from nothing to over, you know, multi-million-dollar division, or single-handedly. She could have easily been at her, you know what I'm saying? I do my thing, I make my own mind, whatever the case may be. But she didn't. She told me that she was in construction. I'm like, construction? What you doing construction? And then she broke it down a little bit. I'm like, okay, cool. But we pivoted right off the conversation. What was that? Putting cap in there. Get out of here with your silly behind. Anyway. That's real though.
They brutal in the comments.
It's all good. I love it though. Bring it. Check the Google. Do what you got to do. Check the timelines. The receipts are real. And she right there on the receipts too.
That's what's up. Yo, my nigga, good looking for coming on, man.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You in
bro.
VA?
Let's up. Huh?
You in VA?
Yeah.
I'm gonna text you
Yeah.
when we get
I'm
off.
All right, that's what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
text you when we get off. We gotta talk some business.
Absolutely. All right, Prez. Good meeting you, fam, and look forward to meeting you in person.
Likewise, brother. Likewise. Keep representing for the good men out there. I love it.
Yo, and y'all think I'm playing. Like, I literally was at the club with this guy, and it was this baddie. She was bad, Sean, and she was all in this nigga face, like, yo, what's up? Yo, what we doing? Where you? And he was just like, yo, chill, man. Like, you too aggressive. Like, I got a wife. Like, I'll talk to you. We can even have a drink, and I'll be nice to you, and I'll be cordial, but it's nothing more than that. And I literally had never really seen a man move like that in that space. I just never, you know, I'm sure that people do it all the time. I just had never been around a dude where I heard him being like, yo, chill, that's not who I am. I'm married. And I was like, wow, this nigga different.
Nice. Good for him, bro. Good for him.
Dope. Don Diva bitch. Oh God. I don't know how that works out.
See, that's the thing. Until we get somebody in here, like, these men exist. They do. And not only do they not, okay.
Go ahead. We're gonna let you chew while Sean is gonna finish saying what he was saying.
Sit down.
What's up, mama?
No, go ahead.
Hey, y'all.
Turn down your background noise.
I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
I can't hear y'all.
Can you hear us
now?
I don't know why I can't hear y'all. What the hell?
Can you hear us now?
No, but I can read your lips, so you said, can I hear you now?
Nah.
I
All
really
right.
can't.
Try to log back in then.
Call you, huh?
Call back.
Can't.
Call back.
Okay.
I don't know what that was about. Yo, if y'all want to get in the conversation, hit the plus button at the bottom. And please, yes. All right, let's see if she got her stuff together. Hello, you hear us now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay.
I think it's because I was on the phone right now, right before you came me up.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
it.
So, hey, how y'all doing? How y'all been?
Good. What's going on?
Nothing. I was in and out of the conversation. I seen you had the dude up there just recently. I seen you had the female. I think her name was April. Yeah. So I really don't know like what's the question I should be asking, like what, you know. But I'm here. I definitely joined the club and I'm showing love. So if y'all could like catch me up a little bit, then I could give my little insight or ask questions or something.
Sean?
Rich.
Don't do me like that, y'all.
Yo, that's not what this is about, Mama. You gotta know what we talking about. We can't recap. We got people in the room. So
in the beginning, y'all was talking about the show with Pimpin' and Michael and his son and all of that. Don't, Rich, stop doing me like that because you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm speaking in riddles, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly how y'all started it. Because 7:30, I was up here, right with y'all.
Go ahead.
What was that?
We listening.
But I was in and out of the conversation, so I really don't know.
I seen when the guy that was dressed up like I just said, you were saying how females,
Okay.
how he found his wife
Listen,
on POS.
listen. Just call him next week when you got a real question.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
You hooking me up again though.
We'll let you in next week.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Be good, girl.
Her name is I Ride Myself. I ride for myself. Okay. Elizabeth, Eileen Zapata. Eileen Zapata.
Hi.
Hello, Eileen.
So I want to step back. I think it was 3 people back when you were talking about how men get screwed, or you guys use the F word fucked, with child support, spousal support, custody, all that, right?
What is your
work in
name,
fa-
ma'am?
I work in family law.
What is your
Huh?
name? What's your name?
Eileen.
Oh, you're coming in from where?
California. Southern California.
Very, very nice to meet you, Eileen,
Nice to
from
meet
Southern
you.
California.
First time on.
Welcome. Okay,
First time on.
welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. So I wanted to say in regards to that, because I know, Rich, you were coming up with the percentages and all that type of stuff. Men only get screwed on that because they're afraid to move forward with what they got to do. When a woman files, or if a woman files for child support, spousal support, whatever type of support, for their 401k, whatever it is, the man is always afraid to file first, or afraid to piss that woman off because they're scared of what's going to happen to them. That's all the time. And I deal with most men, the fathers, than anything, because I'm for the fathers. And most of the time I'm like, no, you're moving wrong. Why are you allowing her to control the scenario when you actually have control of it? Because she's threatening you. Men get scared of a threat, so they're afraid to move forward. And so if she's asking for money, or she's asking for more spousal support after he's already given it, they're going to give it because they're scared that she's going to come for more money, but yet he's not doing anything to stop her from it, which is filing the correct documents. So it's not that men are already screwed in the situation, is men don't move forward to get out of that situation correctly.
Okay. So now, with that being said, when I made that comment, I was referring to men who were already established in their lives,
Right.
versus a man who came up with you. A man who's already established in his life and has already made his money has nothing to gain with bringing a partner in to that
Right.
situation. And
Right.
if anything goes wrong, he has to give up something. You understand? So it wasn't about
He doesn't
if
have to,
doing the
but yeah.
paperwork. It wasn't about if he was doing the paperwork. The reality is this: in California, y'all are hell on child support and that stuff out there.
Oh,
Shout out to
they're
Gavin
hell
Newsom.
on fathers, period. They screw the fathers. That's why I'm for the fathers.
Okay, so now with that being said, all I'm saying is that if there's a man and he's in California, let's just use California because that's where you're from, and I'll make it quick.
Okay.
If there's a man and he's from California, he makes $150,000, $200,000 a year. He's already established in his career. He's single. He has no children. He's doing good. He's living his life, and he's having a great time doing it. He meets a woman. This woman is kicking it with him. That man is going to be more apprehensive about getting married and having children if he's already established. Because regardless of anything, if the marriage doesn't go well, she gets half. When she files for child support, she gets something. That man is right now living his best life. So to include somebody else in your best life, you have to be 100% confident that it's going to work. And nobody in 2023 has that confidence anymore. So it's not.
No, they don't. But that's when a prenup comes into play. You as a man, you're already set. You got to know, hey, I'm sorry. If I had it and I'm the man,
Ain't
I'm
no
going to ask you
prenup.
to pay
Ain't
and
no
sign.
prenup
You
gonna-
don't want to sign.
Ain't no
You ain't for me then.
prenup gonna dissolve. Ain't no prenup gonna dissolve children. Ain't no prenup gonna dissolve alimony. If you're living an independent life, if she comes and you have a baby, you have a child, you're still giving up money. A prenup doesn't go. My only thing I was trying to say is that women need to build, like what Julian just got on here and said. He built with his wife. His wife was with him.
Right.
She was doing her thing and took a gamble on him. He was doing
Right.
his thing and knew that he could try to do it, and he took a gamble with her. That's
Right.
how you build. You build
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
that's how you, yeah, exactly.
You don't build
Exactly.
by meeting a man who already makes $250,000 a year and you trying
No.
to be his girlfriend and trying to get in, because he's always going to be apprehensive that the next move is going to be fucking with his pockets. And
Oh, yeah.
nobody wants
And
what
that
they always
that
say.
goes
What's
vice
the number one
versa
thing
for a
people
man,
say?
for a woman too. That's vice versa. That's a given. And I agree with you on that part. There's no argument in regards to that part. You got to know who you're meeting. You got to know who you're getting a relationship with. You have to know that they actually have a brain and they have a program or some type of goal they want to accomplish before you actually come into it and like, okay, I want to share my funds with you.
Okay, now you're making my
Get
point.
that part. What?
You're making my point.
Exactly. That's why I said I agree with you on that part. As far as in, so when I came in, I was listening to you as far as in that. That's why I said, no. A man gets screwed because they don't move forward. So I guess I didn't hear the beginning part, and I apologize for that. Yeah.
See you next week.
Whatever.
Later.
Bye.
Banks Porter. Are you in the room? Yeah, my man, come on. Louis McGee. We taking dudes today, and so far so bad. Louis McGee, are you out there? All right. Anita Lawrence. Isn't this our friend, Miss Anita?
Hey, baby.
What's up, gosh? What's going on?
All right. I got a lot. I took notes tonight. Okay. All right.
Hello, Anita.
First off, hi, baby.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was like out in the atmosphere today. It was like 75
almost
degrees
dinner time.
here in Pittsburgh.
It's almost dinner time.
What, babe?
What's the question?
Ain't no damn dinner time. All right, I got a whole lot for y'all today. Because I actually took notes.
Took notes?
All right.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry for anything I ever said
Because
that
y'all
was
was
not nice.
on.
You took notes. I fuck with you.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you tonight, Rich. I'm like not on press.
What did
bullshit.
I barely even talked.
Okay. So let's do it. Because we're going to end this show
Okay.
in a good point.
Good.
Okay. First off, you said men are consumers and women. I felt like you said women are a commodity.
Huh?
Pussy is a commodity. Pussy.
What the hell are you
commodity.
talking about, Anita?
You're talking about men. Wait a minute. You brought it down to a business bullshit.
I can't.
Right?
It's
you
an
brought it down to
analogy.
business. Okay. So you're saying, really, that these men, what is it
High
called?
value?
Passport guys, right. You said, Sean, and your shit, said this is a business. So basically, y'all buying pussy because pussy is the only thing that can actually be a commodity. A human being cannot. So you buying pussy. Wait a minute. So let me talk about my first husband. Like I said, I got my notes tonight. My first husband was a Moorish American. I'm not even going to say his name. Okay? But him and his father could shoot drugs, but they couldn't eat meat. They couldn't eat meat, right? Listen to what I'm saying, Rich. I'm getting to my point. I promise you. I promise you. Baby, I promise you. Okay, it's 9:56. I promise you. I'm going to get there. When I divorced him, he imported a bitch from wherever he did. Guess what? She got her green card, and that bitch was good. I am not lying to you. These are true stories. He imported a motherfucker from wherever she was, and I met her. She was cool. But guess what? She got her green card and was, fuck you, I'm gone. Okay, he got another one, and I guess she stayed, and they had a couple kids or whatever, but she really didn't, trust him. So I'm telling you this, if I'm living in a fucking grass hut with fucking, you know what I mean, ground, you know what I mean, like dirt, dirt floors, you come get me, bitch, yeah. I'm gonna be loving you for that time, Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, and then this is the thing about me with these passport guys. Okay, this is just me, Miss Anita, 64. I'm an old bitch, but I'm coming from the, you know what I mean? I'm coming from a different era. Bitch.
You've been on that Ripple. You've been on that fucking Ripple. See, this is the problem.
Rick, you knew she had.
Wait a minute, let me finish though. Because I'm telling you the truth. This is the thing. If you got a little dick, okay, if you're a little dick, or you looking like Gollum, then bitch, you can go to Brazil or wherever the fuck you want to go and get a bitch that's gonna be happy because she's been living in a grass ass hut with fucking dirt floors, bitch, cooking on a grill outside, and we gonna be happy, bitch, because you saved us. Don't even do that to me, okay? Wait, I gotta get my what's her name? Lawrence Pippen. Oh, that bitch ran through. Built like Mattel, bitch. I want to see you in 20 years. That's it. Okay, Lewis was correct about a certain thing, but I'm gonna tell you something. You only need $2 American money to get a bitch that's gonna be like, oh, I love you. You know what I mean?
Sean,
come on now.
Necessary.
And this bitch get over here. Let me tell you something. This bitch get over here and get a fucking green card and be like, fuck you. Fuck you. Why you guys always have to say, like put us in it, black women? Motherfuckers, we love you. We want you to be better. We want to do everything we can for you. Like that sister was on there cooking. I did that. You know what I mean? I cooked. Look, we both was fucking working. I was cooking dinner, breakfast, and lunch,
I think
and
we should end
fucking
every show
dinner.
with you.
But y'all motherfuckers.
I think
You know
we should end every
what I'm
show
saying?
with you.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Cause yo,
Man.
niggas is literally.
Yo, you can go over here.
Niggas is literally in the comments like you need your own show. I think you're outgrown.
Let me finish. So y'all motherfuckers go over here with $2 in fucking Brazil, wherever the fuck you going, and you think a bitch like you. No, that's her job. Don't you think that bitch breath stink too? Her pussy's rotten too, just like motherfuckers here. Her pussy ain't right, but here y'all go. Oh, I got me a bitch. I got me a bitch over here with long hair, whatever. That bitch pussy is fucked up too. Okay? Let me go on to my shit. A lot of black women are moving to Africa. I have seen that because I watch a lot of YouTube. But they're moving there because you can buy houses for really cheap. You know what I mean?
watch a lot of YouTube.
But we love y'all. We want black dick. We love y'all. But some motherfuckers be acting like we are not asking for just reasonable shit. Okay? The guy that was on here, Lewis, he was right. As far as women moving. But black women are the movie for love. Y'all motherfuckers are going in there with your fucking $12.95 fucking hour job.
Anita, you got to save some for next week.
Right?
Save some for next week. Keep your notes for next week because it's 10 o'clock. We got to go.
All right, baby. Look, y'all know what I'm saying. And fuck you, Sean. We're talking about women. Look, women are not a fucking commodity, bitch. Unless you buy a pussy.
So, yo, Sean, you want to...
You can't buy a whole human being.
Sean, you want to...
Anita?
And I ain't had that much. Look, I'm about to get my back blown out. And guess what? Lawrence Pippen, that bitch ass. My man is only like, he's 55. I'm 64. But he'll be here.
Okay, listen.
I'm about to get
I want you to bring him on next week, okay? Will he come on with you?
Baby, I will. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But like I said before, don't be on here talking about the motherfuckers is going to the islands or whatever, because I had a husband that did that. And that bitch got her fucking green card and was out.
Anita?
All right. Anita,
Okay.
see you next week. I'm always going to bring you in late, so I let you get a lot of ripple in your system before you come on, because you absolutely need your own show.
How about if I just get a lot of truth?
Now I like ripple better. See you next week.
I love you guys.
Go get your back blown out, Anita.
Yo, Anita says she's about to get her back blown. Yo, it's the boys club, yo. Where else are y'all gonna fucking come hang out for 2.5 hours and have this type of fucking entertainment? It was good conversation. We had Julian, we had Lewis, we had Esby. We didn't have Trailton this week, but whatever. We had Anita. Yo, it was a good week, yo. It was a good week, Sean.
You forgot April.
We had April with the titties out. And you know what's crazy? April look a little bit like Miss Anita in a few years. Say no. Dead serious. That could be her mom's. I wouldn't be surprised. But yo, go ahead, Sean.
All right. I had a good feeling about this week, and this week did not disappoint. Great conversation again. Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rich Dallas, Sean Prez. We are the Boys Club. This episode, it will be up tomorrow. It will be up tomorrow, all streaming platforms. So if you get your podcast from Apple Music, YouTube Music, Spotify, it will be there. And if you want to see it, it will be on YouTube. It will be on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the official Boys Club. Just put that in, put Rich Dallas, Sean Prez. It'll come right up. Please subscribe to it. If you love our content, we've been doing this show every single week religiously for over a year. So there's so many back episodes that I'm sure many of you, if you're just getting into what we're doing, you haven't had a chance. So a lot of fun, a lot of educational topics, a lot that we discussed. We love y'all. We'll see you next week. Rich, you got the last word.
Yo, next week, same bad time, same bad channel. Sean, I hit you off mine.